Hey guys, Craig McCormick here from DestructivePixels.com, and today is a quick behind the scenes video to show you kind of not just the set, because I've already done a video of the set, but more my recording setup. I've kind of got it now to a point where everything is marked out and it's a little bit more standardized. And I really wanted to wait until the set was up, so I showed you guys, but you've obviously seen me from this view before, but you've never seen this view. This is often what I'm looking at, camera and the light just off here. And I normally have my script off to the side. I've got my iPad here on my Logitech keyboard, and I have my scripts where I have everything in note form. So I kind of know exactly what I'm talking about, because my videos are now getting a little bit more involved and I definitely need to know what I'm talking about. So I have scripts nowadays to help me, but let's actually go around and I'll show you exactly what my setup is. I just have to step around tripod legs because it's a little bit messy. My cat, who you've seen in videos before, Mimi, he normally hangs out underneath. He's normally just hanging out next to the server, being chilled out. But this is the camera here. As many of you will know, I have a, this looks like really weird framing. Okay, let me just move around here so you can see it a little better. I've got my usual Canon 5D Mark III here, which I've been using for video now for, I'd have to say about 6 months now. It's really great, obviously, because people love it for video. I can bump up the ISO if I need to, because sometimes it can get a little dark in here, because apart from a little fill light here to fill in the side of my face, I use all natural light. So that can be a little bit of a challenge. You may have seen it in some videos. So having a camera that you can bump up the ISO on is very helpful. I think even today I was recording at something like 800 ISO. At one point I was recording at 1000 ISO and it looked perfect, so it's great. Again, for the lens, I've been trying to talk about this lens for a little bit. This is the Sigma 24-105 lens that you'll probably see me use a bunch of times in different videos. I normally shoot at, it's just past 50 millimeters. If I had to guess, it'd probably be about 53 millimeters, because that gives me an absolute perfect frame for the new set here. So for other settings, let me just go through here, so I can actually kind of get some more light in here. The camera itself for the settings is normally about f4-ish. I normally set it about f4. I kind of like having it at f4. Sometimes I bump it up to f4.5. And again, for the ISO, I just adjust it. I really like keeping my f-stop constant. So I normally shoot about f4.5, so I really just bump up and change the ISO accordingly. If the ISO gets a little too high for my liking, I may change my shutter speed. You really should keep it at about a 50th of a second, because you need a 50th of a second for a 25 frames, 20 FPS video. Words are hard apparently today, I've talked a lot. So I can sometimes change it. You can get away with it. I sometimes throw it down to about 40th of a second a frame, but generally keep it the same. It's the ISO that I adjust, and I adjust my fill light. As you've seen here, this is a simple LED panel I got on Amazon. Who is it from? I can't remember. It's a newer Neewer. It's the CN160 model. I actually have this on my gear page. If you go on my website, destructivepixels.com/gear, it lists all my video equipment and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the recording setup. It's pretty standard. I use a Rode Video Mic Pro. This is a great mic. I rarely actually use it as the main audio because I have my lavalier, which you'll have probably noticed in other videos. It's good segue, Craig, good segue, audio. The lavalier I use is the Rode SmartLav Plus. It's a great lavalier. I used the original SmartLav a couple years ago, and I was not a fan. It was very muffled and it was really rubbish, and you couldn't really hear anything unless you adjusted it. So SmartLav Plus was a big improvement. But the thing is, the SmartLav Plus is designed to work with like iPhones and stuff like that, and I wasn't a big fan of that setup. I wanted almost a dedicated audio recorder. So thankfully, I actually have I've had this for a long time. I've had this for a number of years. The Zoom H1 audio recorder. Again, all this gear is listed on my website. I love using this piece of equipment. I've used it for years. It's a real solid piece of kit, and I can actually, it has a line in for microphones. So all I needed to do was buy an adapter. Again, the adapter, this is from Rode, this little cable here. You can see where it attaches in here. That's listed on the website as well. That talks about all that. If you want settings and stuff like that, on my Zoom H1, I have my levels set at 58. It's kind of high. It's not that high, but because I kind of project a little bit, but I want to adjust after the fact. I have my low cut turned on because sometimes I have my air conditioning. You've probably seen it before. I have that turned on because it can get pretty hot in here. It's actually really hot in here right now because I turned off my air conditioning. So sometimes I keep the low pass on simply because it just helps cut out some of that low level hum. And for the mic, for the Video Mic Pro, again, I don't really use this. I keep it as a kind of like a backup scratch track in case I ever have any problems. I have my level set really low inside my camera. I'll tell you exactly what my levels are in 1 second because I'm gonna pull it up and be a maestro of video. It doesn't actually say, okay, never mind. I know I have my level set really low on my camera, but what I do have is I have, I'll just show you here on screen. I have my dB set to plus 20 on the microphone. That way that kind of counteracts any of it stops from any low hum audio junk coming in from the camera side, and it concentrates on all the audio coming from the actual good quality microphone rather than the built-in stuff. So that might not be an accurate description, but I know I spoke to a guy who does video all the time and he said these are the settings you want to use. So my memory of actually what it does might be a bit foggy, so don't quote me on any of that, but that's my setup. I've got it on and then plus 20 dB, and I have the levels inside my camera set quite low. Again, I just use it as a scratch track. I showed you here before, but I'll just show you again. This is where I have all my scripts. I have my iPad and a Logitech keyboard. I use Evernote for all my scripts. So again, if I just go through here, you can see I've got a bunch of different scripts and notes. So that pretty much covers my recording setup. I guess that's about it. As you can see, I just use my Really Right Stuff tripods. I don't have dedicated video tripods. So I have to pack these away all the time. Actually, as you might be able to see on the carpet, I've got black marks, black little tape marks, and those are my markers for my tripod, so I know exactly where I have to set them up. I know exactly how to set them up every single time, so the frame's pretty much exactly the same. But yeah, that pretty much covers my recording setup. Hopefully you've learned something from it. Thanks for watching. I've been Craig McCormick, and I'll catch you in the next one.